Did you know that over 300 million balloons are made every single day around the world? That's an astonishing number. Imagine the sheer scale of production happening in factories across the globe, with workers and machines working around the clock to keep up with the demand for these colorful creations. That's enough to give a balloon to almost every person in the United States, every single day. Balloons are everywhere, bringing joy to people of all ages, from bustling city streets to small-town festivals. Balloons come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Some are round, some are long and twisty, and others are shaped like animals, stars, or even cartoon characters. There's a balloon for every occasion and every personality. You see them at birthday parties, sports events, and even in science labs for experiments. Balloons aren't just for fun, they're also used in weather forecasting, medical procedures, and scientific research. But balloons are more than just fun decorations. They can symbolize celebration, hope, and even remembrance at special events and ceremonies. Making a balloon is actually a complex process involving natural materials, fancy machines, and lots of careful steps. It all starts with harvesting latex from rubber trees, which is then processed and transformed in high-tech factories. Each balloon starts as a tiny drop of liquid and ends up floating in the air, ready to make someone smile. The transformation from raw material to finished product is truly fascinating. It's a colorful journey that takes teamwork and technology. Skilled workers and advanced machines work together to create balloons with bright colors, fun patterns, and even custom messages. Most people never think about where balloons come from or how much effort goes into making them. We see them in stores, at parties, and floating above parades, but rarely stop to wonder about their origins. We just grab a pack from the store and start blowing them up, filling our homes and celebrations with color and excitement. But behind every bright balloon is a story that stretches back thousands of years. Early balloons were made from animal bladders or intestines, and were used in ceremonies and scientific experiments long before the modern latex balloon was invented. In this essay, we'll go on a journey from ancient times to the modern factory, and find out what really goes into making these party favorites. We'll explore the science, the history, and the creativity behind every balloon you see today. So, grab your favorite balloon and get ready to discover the amazing process that brings so much fun, color, and wonder to our lives. Long before we had rubber balloons, people used animals to make them. Ancient people like the Aztecs made the first balloons using dried animal bladders and intestines. These early balloons were used for special ceremonies and games, not for parties like today. The word balloon comes from the old French word ballon, which means a large ball. In the 1700s, people began experimenting with making balloons out of cloth and paper. They would fill them with hot air or gas, and watch them float up into the sky. The first manned hot air balloon flight took place in France in 1783. It was a huge event. Even after that, making balloons was a slow and tricky process. It was hard to find materials that could hold air without leaking. For a long time, people still used animal parts or delicate fabrics. Balloons were rare and special, and only the rich or famous could enjoy them. It wasn't until rubber was discovered that balloons started to become cheap and easy to make. The big change in the world of balloons came in 1824, when a brilliant scientist named Michael Faraday invented what we now know as the first rubber balloon. Before this, balloons were made from animal bladders or paper, which were fragile and not very practical. Faraday was conducting experiments with hydrogen gas, searching for a material that could safely contain the gas without bursting. He needed something flexible, stretchy, and airtight. Using his scientific curiosity, Faraday cut 2 round sheets of raw rubber, carefully pressed the edges together, and created a homemade balloon that could actually hold hydrogen gas. This was a simple but revolutionary idea. This new rubber balloon was much stronger than previous designs and could stretch a surprising amount without bursting, making it perfect for experiments and play. It didn't take long for people to realize that rubber balloons weren't just useful for science. They were also a lot of fun. Soon, children and adults alike began to enjoy playing with these new balloons. By the 1840s and 1850s, stores in London and Paris began selling do-it-yourself balloon kits, making it possible for families to create their own balloons at home. These kits usually included sheets of raw rubber and simple instructions, so anyone could try their hand at making a balloon. Kids and adults would gather around the table, cutting out their favorite shapes, pressing the edges together, and blowing them up to see whose balloon would be the biggest or last the longest. The process was often messy, with sticky hands and scraps of rubber everywhere, but it brought families together and sparked creativity and laughter. Compared to the old animal bladders or paper balloons, rubber balloons were a huge improvement. They were more durable, less likely to leak, and much more fun to play with. People could now make balloons in all sorts of shapes and sizes, from simple circles to creative animals, and they held air much better than before. However, these early rubber balloons weren't perfect. They were still sticky to the touch and had a strong, sometimes unpleasant smell because of the raw rubber. They also lacked the bright colors and smooth, shiny surfaces we see in today's balloons, often appearing dull and rough. Still, the invention of the rubber balloon was a game changer. It opened up a world of fun and creativity, making it possible for everyone, young and old, to join in the joy of balloons, whether at home, in the park, or at a celebration. Today, balloons come in two main types, latex and mylar. These two materials have transformed the world of celebrations, decorations, and even science, offering endless possibilities for fun and creativity. Latex balloons are made from the sap of rubber trees, a natural resource that has been used for centuries. The milky sap is carefully collected, processed, and turned into the stretchy material we all recognize. These balloons are stretchy, round, and easy to blow up by mouth or with a pump. Their flexibility makes them perfect for twisting into shapes or simply floating in the air. You'll find latex balloons everywhere, from birthday parties and festive events to clowns making balloon animals and science fairs, where they're used in experiments and demonstrations. Mylar balloons, sometimes called foil balloons, are made from a shiny plastic film coated with a thin layer of metal. This gives them their signature sparkle and makes them stand out in any setting. Unlike latex, mylar balloons can hold intricate shapes and detailed designs much better, making them ideal for custom messages and themed parties. You can find mylar balloons shaped like hearts, stars, animals, or even your favorite cartoon characters, adding a special touch to any celebration. Some balloons are enormous, floating high above crowds in parades and festivals, becoming the centerpiece of the event and delighting people of all ages. Others are tiny, perfect for cake toppers or as cute decorations on gifts and tables, showing just how versatile balloons can be. Balloons aren't just for parties, they're used in hospitals to cheer up patients, in weather stations to gather important data, and by scientists who send them high into the sky to study our atmosphere. Mylar balloons last much longer than latex ones, staying inflated for days or even weeks. But they aren't as stretchy or flexible as latex balloons. Mylar balloons are often printed with colorful messages, images, or logos, making them popular for special occasions and advertising. Latex balloons, on the other hand, are more eco-friendly because they can break down naturally over time, making them a better choice for the environment when disposed of properly. Each kind of balloon has its own special job, but they all begin with a creative idea and end with a big smile, bringing joy, color, and excitement wherever they go. Making latex balloons starts with the rubber tree. Workers tap the tree to collect a milky liquid called latex. The latex flows into buckets, and then it's sent to the balloon factory. The latex is cleaned, filtered, and mixed with chemicals to help it stay fresh. Next, the factory adds color. Workers mix bright powders into the latex to make it yellow, blue, pink, or any other color you can imagine. Large stirring machines blend the colors until they are even and smooth. The latex is now ready to become balloons. To shape the balloons, the factory uses molds. These molds look like balloon-shaped hands on long sticks. The molds dip into the colored latex just like you dip a cookie cutter into dough. The latex coats the molds and forms a thin, stretchy skin. The molds then travel through an oven to dry the latex and make it strong. After drying, the balloons are peeled off the molds, checked for holes, and printed with fun designs. They are packed into bags, ready to be shipped to stores and parties everywhere. Imagine you are making cookies at home. First, you mix your dough, kind of like mixing latex with color. Next, you use cookie cutters to make shapes, just like the balloon molds. Then, you bake the cookies in the oven to make them firm, and that's similar to how the molds go through a dryer. Finally, you decorate the cookies with icing, just like printing pictures on balloons. In a balloon factory, machines do most of the work, but people are there to help. Workers check the latex to make sure the color is just right. They watch the molds dip in and out, and they keep the machines running smoothly. It's really a team effort. After the balloons are dry, another machine stretches the next so they're ready to be blown up. If the balloons need pictures or messages, a special printer stamps them on. Finally, the balloons are tested. Some are blown up to make sure they don't pop too soon. Just like baking cookies, making balloons is a mix of science, art, and honestly, a lot of fun. Not every balloon makes it to the party. Factories have strict rules to check that each balloon is safe and strong. Workers blow up random balloons from each batch. If a balloon pops too easily, it's thrown away. If the color isn't even, it gets recycled. Machines check the thickness of the latex. If a balloon is too thin, it might burst when inflated. Some balloons are stretched and twisted to test their strength, just like balloon artists do at parties. Only the balloons that pass all the tests are packed for sale. Balloons that don't pass are not wasted. Factories collect the scraps and bits and send them back to be melted and reused. This helps reduce waste and saves money too. Quality control is like being a balloon detective. Only the best balloons get to join your celebration. Balloons are fun, but they can hurt the environment if we're not careful. Latex balloons can break down over time, but mylar balloons do not. If balloons are released into the sky, they can land in rivers, forests, or the ocean. Animals might mistake them for food, which is dangerous. To help protect nature, many balloon companies now make eco-friendly balloons. These are made from pure latex and break down faster. Some companies even use plant-based colors and inks that are safe for the earth. Factories are working to use less water and energy too. It's important to never let balloons fly away. Always pop and throw them away in the trash after your party. Some places have even banned balloon releases to keep wildlife safe. Balloons are meant for fun, not for polluting our planet. By making better choices, we can enjoy balloons and help take care of the world around us. Balloons are a simple way to bring happiness. They make us smile at parties, help us celebrate, and even teach us about science. The journey from rubber tree to party table is full of creativity, teamwork, and a little bit of science magic. But with this joy comes responsibility. We need to use balloons wisely and clean up after our celebrations. By choosing eco-friendly options and never letting balloons loose outdoors, we can protect nature for future parties. Next time you blow up a balloon, remember all the steps it took to get there. From a drop of latex on a tree to a burst of color in your hand, every balloon has its own story. Let's keep the party going, while also keeping our planet happy and safe.